Hi, this is James Gordon Arturo here with a book haul. Yesterday I went to the Valley Village in St. Catharines just to see if they had any, horror goodies as October is getting closer. Sadly, I didn't find any horror, but I did find some good books. So, let's get started. I'll start off with the science fiction and, well, one horror book stuff. Worlds Apart by Joe Haltman. It's a really cool cover. This is from New English Library. And originally this was first published by Viking Press in 1983. Then it was published in Great Britain by 84 by Futura. This edition is from 1992. This is a sequel to another book just called Worlds, and I'm glad to have the first book in the series, so now I have the sequel. So this is like basically the Earth is like destroyed in some nuclear war, and basically the remains of the civilization are put on like an asteroid or like an asteroid colony, and they're trying to survive or deal with like some conflict and stuff. So this sounds interesting. And then the only horror book that I found, the only one that piqued my interest, Legion of the Dead by Jeffrey Kane. All right. This is from Diamond Books, and this is from January 1992. This is like a horror series that deals like a guy that's like solves cases and deals with the supernatural. So while this is the third book in the series, it sounds like I can read either book without having to read the other one. So I hope hopefully this will be an interesting zombie book. Hopefully. Okay, let's start off with some fantasy books. Castle Storm by Gary Killworth. This is from Corgi Books, and this is from 1998. This is a sequel to the Weasel Wickens book. So this is the second one. I have the third book, so I got the second third one. I just gotta get the first one, and then I already added the other books in the series to my wish list. This is like similar to Redwall, but it seems like the this one's got like more of like a it's kind of a mixture of like medieval and Victorian era in it. So I definitely look forward to checking other fantasy books that are similar to Redwall. Okay, this is a two book series. Green Green Angel Tower Part 1 by Tad Williams. It's a really nice cover. This is from Dawn, and this was published in April of 1994, and then this is the sequel to Green Angel Tower Part 2. Again, really nice cover artwork. And this was published also by Dawn on July of 1994. So these like two books are part of like this like big like two books are part of like this big fantasy series, and I checked to see if I can get like a full like hardcover or paperback with like or yeah hardcover with the two books together, but they're not. So this sounds interesting. However, when I was looking over the books, the second one has some damage in the pages. So if I'm not liking this, I like to get a better edition of the second one. But still, I'm looking forward to reading this. Okay, next some crime and thriller books. The Hunter by Richard Stark, the first book in the Parker series. This is from the University of Chicago Press, and this edition is from 2008, I'm going to say. And originally this book was published in 62. This is a very well-known crime series that spawned a lot of books, and this became a hit for the author, which Richard Stark is a pen name for the author. I can't recall what his name is at the top of my head right now, but I actually tried this book years ago, and I didn't get far in it, so I like to give this book another try. When I saw this edition, I figured, oh, what the hell, I'll grab it. Like, this cover, I don't mind, but I kind of like the original covers to the series, and there's even, like, this reprint series in the 80s, which has some really good covers I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. Alright, next. Kingdom of the Seven by Joe Land, or John Land, sorry. This is from Forge, and this is from December 1994. This is kind of a mixture of a medical thriller and like suspense novel, some action. Basically, the plot is some scientist, he comes up with a cure for AIDS, and then this terrorist organization wants to sabotage his work so he can't release his cure, and gets mixed up with the military and stuff. So this sounds really interesting. Okay, next. The Borm Ultimatum by Robert Ludum. Alright, and this is from Bayman Books, and this edition is first published by Random House in March 1990. Bayman edition is from August 1990. This Bayman Rack edition is from March 1991. I already owned the first book, but my copy was in rough shape. This one is in much better shape, so I'm definitely going to replace it with this one, and I will definitely do the Born series on the channel. Okay, when I saw this, I couldn't pass it up. Black Sunday by Thomas Harris. It's a really cool cover. This is from Dell Books, and this edition is from June 1990. I now own 3 editions of this book, and I definitely will have to read Thomas Harris books on my channel, both his solo stuff and the Hannibal series. Okay. Next. Toxin by Robin Cook. They actually had another book there. I wasn't sure if it was on my wish list or not, and when I was checking off the books I got, I was like, oh, I forget what the book was called, but it was like, oh, that was on my wish list. Oh well, I'll get it next time. This is from Berkeley Books, and this is okay. First published by G.P. Putman's Sons in March 1998. This Berkeley edition from 1999. What is this one about? It doesn't have the plot on it. Oh wait, here it is. When a doctor's daughter becomes infected with E. coli, the widespread dangers of bacteria consumer are no longer a subject for debate, but a grim reality. In desperation, he is forced to follow a trail of ignorance and corruption from the tangled red tape of the medical community to the highest levels of the power meat industry. It is a eye-opening thriller that every American should read. Sounds interesting, so I look forward to reading this. I read his Coma book years ago, and that was a really good one, so I'll have to also read Robin Cook on the channel. Okay, last I got some non-fiction books, a few that piqued my interest. Into the Storm, A Study of Command by Tom Clancy with General Fred Frank Jr. And there's the 2 on the back. This is from G.P. Putman's Sons, and this edition is from, I'm going to say, 1997, I'm going to say. So this is a nonfiction book about the Gulf War, and I'm interested in reading subjects about the Gulf War as I'm working on a story that takes place during the Gulf War, so it's always good to have stuff like this that goes into more detail than what Wikipedia has. Okay. Next. Jack the Ripper, The Complete Casebook by Donald Rumman-Below. If I pronounced that last name correctly. Anyway. From Poetry Books, and this is from 1988. So this goes into the murders of Jack the Ripper, along with the investigation, the evidence, and the conspiracy theories surrounding Jack the Ripper. I'm thankful this book doesn't have any of the crime scene photos, as they're not pleasant to look at. So I thought this would be interesting to get. And also, I got another story which also features Jack the Ripper. So it's always good to have stuff like this. And lastly, I got some books about terrorism. Saddam'S Secret by Georges Sadah. This is from Thomas Edison, and this is published in 2006. This talks about Saddam Hussein, like a bit about him, and then his plan during the Gulf War and stuff. So pick this up, as it'll be interesting to read. Okay, and then the last book I got, which is also about terrorism, Sacred Rage, The Wrath of Militia Islam by... Robin Wright. This... The light is not helping when I show it on the screen of the book. That's why I'm having trouble reading it. Alright, anyway. Okay, this was published in 1985, and then this got a update in 86. Who's the publisher? Touchstone, I believe. All right. This talks about, you know, the Middle East terrorists during the 80s and stuff. And what I was reading, this is sounding interesting, as again I got stories to deal with this subject, so it was always good to have this stuff. Okay, that's it for the book haul today. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and the Facebook group of the same name, a place you can push and review fiction. Until then, I'll catch you later.